Hey friends, it's Jenny. I'm getting ready to work on this week's Cherry on Top sketch layout. The sketch is number, hang on, I'm looking on my 438, and it will be due on August 6th by midnight Eastern. Now here is, I'm not sure if you can see that, here is a image of the sketch. It looks like it's got three parts to it. So you've got a long strip of paper on the side here, along with two horizontal strips. You've got two 4x6 photos. You've got your title here. And then of course there's places for embellishments. Now, let me see. I really hope you can see that. I know when I watch them back, sometimes I don't see them very well. That's why I like to print them, but at the same time, my printer's acting funky at the moment. I'm going to be using a couple of Bella Blvd collections, school collections. Let me show you my photo. It calls for two 4x6 photos. I'm going to be using these. I think they are 3x5. Wait, this is a 5x7, so 7 divided as 3.5 by 5. So two 3x5 photos. All right, you heard me do the math a minute ago. These were photos that were taken of Quinn when they had Josie's 9-month shoot, but they also did some shoots with the girls together, and then for Quinn's preschool graduation. So I'm going to be documenting her preschool graduation using a couple Bella Blvd collections, primarily School is Cool. So for the School is Cool collection, I do have these epoxy shapes. I do have the puffies. Oh, Ready for School. What's this one? Does it say? Ready to Learn, Ready for School. And I do believe the collection of School is Cool for these ones. I've got several different embellishments picked out already that I may use. And we'll see. As you saw, there were a couple of tabs. So there's a couple of tickets in here and things of that nature. So just things I picked out that I thought would go well for the theme of these photos. I had this piece of paper in I've already used this collection before. If you recall from the sketch, there is a small piece here. That's where I plan to use this. So I'm going to be cutting that. I have this acetate. I don't recall what collection this is from. Oh, Star Student. You can see it on the screen pretty good, I believe. And maybe I'll use some of this. I'm not sure. We'll see. I've got this green from Star Student. I picked this out because of the green sash that she has in, oh, not sash, but hat that she has in the photos. I'm going to back the photos in white and then in green. This is the other side of that paper, so I won't be using all of it, so I'll still have some of this in my scraps. I'm going to use this for the bottom quadrant, so it'll have the white, that, and then this is going to be that thin border on the side, the little graduation cap. This is from School is Cool. This is from Pop Quiz. No date on it. I really wish they put the dates on there, but they don't. I have some cut aparts from School is Cool if I would like to use those. And the back is a black and white polka dot. I've got the Star Student stickers as well as the School is Cool doohickey sheet. They didn't call this anything then, did they? No, Treasures in Text. So I've got two different sticker sheets, and I also have some chipboard. So I've got, you know, it kind of worked out what I want to do as far as the layout goes. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to use this because if I put it on top of, it's just too busy. And since I'm using this as the small one, I really don't want it on top of there, nor do I want it on top of the crayon. So acetate is going to get used at a different time. So let me go ahead and start to cut some things down, get my pictures matted. We'll get our background made, and I'll come back and show you where I'm at. Okay, I'm back. I've got the bulk of the layout kind of put together. So it was the, let's go ahead and move you, mister. It was the 2 photos with the 3 pieces of paper. The graduation cap paper was a 12 by 12, but I did cut it to 6 inches so that I have the other 6 inches here. This piece of paper I cut to 8 by 8, and this one is 4 by 8. And then I just kind of, you know, I overlapped this because I cut that to 6, so there is 2 inches over crossing there. But then I went ahead and taped the whole back up. I do have my 2 photos laid down according to the sketch, as well as 2 tags according to the sketch. I did put this photo up on foam so that it will be a little bit higher. And I've got the rest of my pieces picked out, so I thought I would show you what I was thinking about. Most things that I will be using now will be put on some type of foam dots. I think I'm going to use the title of Graduate. Not sure. We'll see, but that's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead. There were tabs over the photos, so I do have a piece of foam tape there, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that down there. This owl here, I'm actually going to put up a bigger one over there to just give it more weight. I think that one is too small, so let's go ahead and put something else down to just bring more presence, more visibility, I guess. It's going to be, you know, more of a, I guess, it's not a feature of the layout, but it is something that's going to show up a little bit more. And then I'll show you what else I'm thinking. So we've got him here. He's just going to be popped up a little bit right there. He's on top of the tag. I've got this little school banner, and I'm thinking of putting it from right there to right here on top of the photo. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these little pop dots on here and throughout the middle. Whoops. I use a lot of foam adhesive. I'm currently in the process of trying to use all that I have. This honestly is my favorite foam adhesive. It's easy to peel the back off of. It's just, I find it easy to work with. However, the dollar store foam is great, and I'm probably going to be just converting to that to, you know, save a few pennies in the scrap room. So I thought I'd put that there. I was going to put a yellow heart over here, but we'll wait on that. To decorate this other side, I've got this cute little bookworm, and we're going to put him down here, and I'm going to put the little graduation hat on him. Why does everything have to be a him? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. Her. I like her better. I guess if I think about her, though, I want to see a little, you know, bit of flowing hair or something. Just the way it is. Not that every woman has to have flowing hair, but oh boy, let's just not even go into that, right? So we're going to put you right here. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put the little graduation cap on there. We're going to use the small ones there again. And I was going to do it just in there, I think. And we'll put a little bit of just ATG on there as well. Now this is just preschool graduation, and like I've always told my kids, it's kind of like, you better graduate from preschool, you better graduate from kindergarten and first grade, but it's just little milestones that we celebrate, right? In our kids, and this just so happens to be my grandkids' life. I was going to put the little chair here, but I am going to put it flat. I'm not going to pop this up. And I thought this was kind of a little cute addition because of the fact that she is sitting on a little chair there. And it's bringing in, you know, just more green and the yellow. I was concentrating on the green because of the fact that they put a little green hat on her. it was preschool. They didn't have like school colors or anything like that, so there was nothing for me to go off with that. Now what I'm going to do here is let me go ahead and lay Graduate out, and I'm just going to line it up on the line here. These are, you know, alphas from one of the doohickey sticker sheets, so they're kind of big. The other ones are kind of small. Now I do have my favorite Luna puffy alphas that I can use, but it's sometimes nice to use something a little different. And the reason I'm doing it from this side is because I wanted to put that tab on top of the photo, and if I didn't start it there, the tab is not going to fit. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to even like this. See, it doesn't really, it's too big. But let's think about it for a minute. What if I put the tab on the side here? And then move the Graduate over. See, these are the things that I ponder when I'm scrapbooking. It's just a lot of moving things around. It's like I'll get the pieces that I want to use for the most part. And then it is a matter of placing those pieces so it's pleasing to the eye, so there's kind of a flow around the page. Graduate. I like that better. And then we can leave that there. This could even move over a little bit more. I think I might like that even better. And these are obviously, as you can tell, I'm just picking them up and moving over. They're going to need to be glued down. I will use some liquid glue on these before I'm done with the layout. And I'm kind of laying them wonky. Not completely, but makes them more juvenile in my mind. I could be completely wrong, but I think that looks kind of cute, and I did like the red. So that's going to stay there. I've got this red heart I'm going to glue on, and let's go ahead and take our foam tape off this, and we'll tuck it under the side there. Now I'm a big proponent of, you know, and I don't always do it, so I don't want it to seem like there's no rules. Do things that are pleasing to your own eye, but they do, you know, you talk about the thirds, having the 3 embellishment clusters kind of draws your eye around the layout. So we're going to use that glued right there. Okay, so we've got that. So what I was going to do is I've got a little bit of items here that I was thinking of putting up in the top. So we've got this little sunshine and school. I thought about putting the little clock up here. Just, you know, kind of a base for an embellishment cluster almost. And we've got another red heart here. And I was going to use the yellow one here. And I've got this little play and learn that I was thinking of. I had initially kind of put it here. I don't know if it's really needed, to tell you the truth. Okay, let me put the other pieces on, see what I think. We glued that down. Let's go ahead and glue the yellow. The red one near the top is going to get some foam adhesive maybe. The clock will go down flat. And the other pieces over it, I'm going to go ahead and put some foam on them, creating that dimension around the page. Let's go ahead. Our sunshine can maybe use just 2. And our little little school flag can maybe use none. He's going to be flat too. I don't like the hard edge there of the top of the school flag. I don't like that. Okay, may not be using the flag. Got this. I have, and I've saved some room for to go look at the epoxies as well as the puffies. Well, you know what might be fun to use there? Maybe like some scissors, or the little backpack. Crayons are always a fun one. The apples are cute. What's on these epoxies? Let's see. Lots of crayons. The crayons are adorable, if you ask me. I'm going to go to this first, and we'll play with a couple different epoxies and see what we think. Initial thought was backpack. Let's see what the backpack looks like. We can tuck that under the sun. What else did I say would be cute? I actually think I might like the crayons better than the backpack. Or even those pencils. Aren't those pencils adorable? Just all the little different elements that... Do you remember the smell of fresh crayons when you were going back to school? They're all sharp. They all have their point. What if we just used individual crayons instead of the crayon box? Or I just thought maybe use the pencil. The pencil could be good. Let's do pencil. And I mentioned the scissors before. I kind of like that. Gonna have to put some foam under the top of this, so it can kind of lay over it. I'll have to cut some strips for under there, but let me see. Oh, look at that. I'm going to cut this in half. May have to do some I do know this paper is older, so sometimes you got to be careful. You know, not that it doesn't happen at other times, that when you're peeling things up, it just rips the paper. I do that quite frequently, so it's not, it happens. It happens. Then you just have to strategically pick things up, move them around. It's a process, for sure. So let's see. I'm going to see how this looks, and then I might just put some liquid adhesive over it too, on the back of it. I don't think this one needs it. No, let's get rid of you, sorry. Much better. I think that looks cute. What do you think? If you're yelling at me in the background, let me know in the comments when you leave comments. So let's see. Is there anything that we could put in our little desk? I don't think so. Like the little backpack flung over the seat? Not really. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get, so we got scissors and a pencil. I feel like I need some red in this little cluster over here. Here, maybe we'll use some of the epoxies. We can use this A+. Do you remember in Ralphie? When he's doing his, when he's asking for his BB gun? And I think that I would like maybe an apple too. The A+, yeah, I don't think it was doing a lot for me, but I like the apple here. It's like he's holding the apple there. So we've got our red and yellow and red and yellow and red and yellow. We've got green. So I think this is going to call it. I just have to go back and glue down my alphas. These particular, I've got 3 back to school kits that I'm going to include in my fall bash kit kind of ideas after I get done with the summer. So come September, you'll see this collection along with a couple other ones that are school related for back to school. And I still have her, you know, little kindergarten, not kindergarten, but her last day of school and the little celebration that they did, the little graduation ceremony that they put on. It was adorable. This one, oh, I don't know if I even used any chipboard. So I was going to use, if you notice here, I used a sticker, and it was from this sheet. I tried to use every single one of them on this sheet, and I ended up having to cut it off. They would not come off. They would just rip. They would not come off. It was quite frustrating. So there were 3 really nice banners. There was a blue one, a red one, and a black one. None of them worked. So that's frustrating, but especially because School to School is a pretty new collection. So there was just, you know, obviously something with the manufacturing to, it didn't cut all the way through or something like that. I'm just looking to see. I should probably put a 25 down here or something like that. Yeah, let's look really quickly. Oh, I lied. This is a chipboard. And that's the only thing I took off of the chipboard, huh? Yep, because we've already used a worm. We've already used an owl. There's a lot of usable stuff on here, so this is what's going to be nice when I put, you know, my fall kit together for school and fall. Yeah. So this is kind of my process when I'll pick out a collection, and then I go pick out the papers I think I'm going to use and the embellishments that I think I'm going to use, and then it's just a matter of playing around with placement, how I like it. This could be considered, you know, just a complete diagonal layout if you wanted to. However, I did have it, you know, where there's here, here, and here. But really, there's no wrong way to do this. It's what you like and what's pleasing to your eye. I know there's obviously design tips and tricks and there are design rules, but it's going in your scrapbook, and if you like it, go with it. But this is my cherry on top sketch for this week. This will be in the Cherry Gallery. As a reminder, I used a couple of Bella Blvd collections, mainly the School is Cool one and Smarty Pants, I believe, and Pop Quiz. So let me know what you think. I'll try to do these a little bit more frequently. August might be a little bit busy, but I do want to keep and stay in my room. I'm in a pretty good groove. I'm enjoying being in here. I'm enjoying being creative, and I don't want to let that go away. I mean, I've got a lot of things to do, but we all do. Except my friend Teresa, who retired today. Teresa, God bless. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And 2 more years, I'll be with you. 2 more years. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. When I have pictures taken, everything will be glued down, but there will be pictures after the video. The photos will be up in the Cherry Gallery so that I get my cherry points. Thank you for your time. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the little bit of a change in format here today, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.